We are live.
Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah, the music this time. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey everyone.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? How you doing? This is awesome. I can't wait. I love that music, by the way, Fred. That music got me really intense. I'm ready to fight myself. I'm ready to
You
battle.
actually introduced me to that music because it's I think it's called is Zabian, the Ukrainian hip hop artist. Yes, so that's the same group, the same as you use.
Nice. Okay, okay. Hey. His work is effortless, man. Hey, shout out to everybody in Ukraine, by the way. That is some great music. I'm super excited, man. Thank you for having me back here for another Legends tournament. I'm very excited. I think this is the fourth one we've done together, right?
Yes,
I
the
believe
fourth
so.
one, and actually there was one more, but it was just a final between two players. So it's actually the fifth event we are doing together. And thank you for doing this. You
Man.
know, it's an honor.
Oh man, this is great. Our 5 year anniversary, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, and
So
also.
what? So we go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to say just before we start, if you are an NFT artist on Litemint, you can, during the live stream, you can tag #Litemint with your art attached, and then we are going to feature it, much like, for example, this example here with Andrew. So make sure
Nice.
that you follow the stream and then #Litemint, attach your art, and we're going to feature it like this.
Man, that is one nice piece. I like that piece a lot. I like that piece a lot. Shout out to Andrew. Shout out to all the artists out there in the Lightman community. I think that what we have going on here with Chameleon and Endmyre is something that is really revolutionary. We're going to be showing Stellar's unique ability to have NFTs in action. I mean, this is NFT in gaming, and this is something that I know, Fred, you did from the very beginning. I posted a throwback photo of us earlier today, the very first time I met you, when this was just a concept, an idea that you had. How does it feel now? I mean, as you mentioned, this is our fifth tournament that we're airing for the community, and I know it's only going to get bigger and bigger. How does it feel to see this, really cross the planet in the way that it has?
Yes, I mean that's just something that works because basically the idea. I mean, back in 2018, I was concerned with the high fees on other blockchains that are supposed to be uh, basically more used for gaming. But I thought that Stellar would be the perfect fit for that because of the low fees, because of the flat fees, and then it just works. Our user base keeps growing, and our operations are working basically.
Man, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. So tell us a little bit about the background because this is the final. So I guess paint us a landscape of the tournament. How many players did it start, and how long did it take us to get to this point?
Yes, so basically this is a final between Chameleon and Endmyre. Those two players are very long-time players on Litemint. They actually joined during the beta. And they've also helped shape the game a
Nice.
lot because they provided a lot of feedback. They are very active on Discord. So they are very knowledgeable in the game, but they also contributed to shape the game to what it is now, balance it. I listen to players a lot in order to be able to design the game and balance the game. And they've provided a lot of feedback for that. So basically, the tournament is a top tier championship, which means that it's open only to players who have achieved legend rank during the season. And at the beginning, we had 25 players representing 11 countries. And now this is an All-American final between those two players.
Wow, wow, wow. And this is the first time we've had an All-American final, from my remembrance. If I'm not mistaken, the Netherlands, was representing very heavily over the past couple ones that we've had. So it's great to see an All USA one. And if I'm not mistaken, we've got Chameleon, who is out of it's not the Washington area. Let me see here. Yes, Washington State. So shout out to Washington State, and then Endmyre out in Cali. I can't wait to go out to Cali. Have you been to Cali yet, Fred?
Yes, I went, I think it was in 2016 for the Casual Connect event in San Francisco. Yes, I really loved it.
Nice, nice, nice. I'm hoping to go out there myself very soon, so I'll have to tell you what I think of it. So, are we ready to get dived into this and see
Yes,
what we
I'm
have
just
going on with these players?
checking quickly that everything is in place, but yeah, it looks like we are ready.
All right.
Right, so I did not say the first to 9 points wins the tournament.
All right. First and nine. And so we got Enmar down at the bottom, and he just went up there and splashed up. Milan
Right,
just came to
so
put this card
they are
down.
playing, that's their first game, and they are playing extremely defensive at the moment, from what I can see, which means that
Watch
Endmyre
out.
has a survival spec, and we can see Chameleon on top on the overload spec as well. There's a lot of armor coming up from Chameleon, and it's followed by the armored strike, so he's gonna be able to deal a lot of damage in very short time.
Oh, man, look at this. Boom. But look at that shield that Chameleon's got. He's got about 36 right now. It's intense.
Yes, and
Oh,
a
my
card with
goodness.
72 damage follow up.
Goodness gracious. This guy's loaded. He is loaded. I don't think I've seen it this high before. Oh, he just came out and attack. It's down to 2-1. Oh, no.
Right, but Endmyre
Oh,
has enough
no.
armor to stabilize. The problem I think
Oh, my
that
goodness.
Chameleon has at the moment is that he needs to deal enough damage before the energy catalyzer is played, because that's going to be a big
Here we
trouble
go.
for him.
Absolutely. I mean, if Edmar's able to pull out of this one, I would be really impressed. He's trying to sharpen
He's
up.
actually
Enemies trying to come in.
very well set now because he's played his energy catalyzer, so he's got very huge hand. While Chameleon needs to deal enough damage, I don't see the damage on the Hellfire 6, so that's not enough. He will need another turn,
Oh,
and
no.
I think he's gonna come short.
Man, I don't know. I know that Edmar's only got one on that heart, but it tells you the amount of strategy that it takes to win this game because I can't see a way to Edmire. Oh, no. Whoa! Oh! What? I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming
That
at
was
all.
very nice. Yeah,
Oh!
That's exactly what happened. Basically, Chameleon was able to deal a
What?
lot of damage initially with the armor strike, but the problem is that Endmyre has a very huge energy card, and he was able to chain it twice. And chaining energy allows you to build your hand very strong, and that's why he could build victory, basically, a path to
Dude,
victory.
see, this is why I get so frustrated playing this game because I'm like Endmyre thinking I'm gonna win, and then somebody pops out with a move like
Suddenly,
that.
yeah.
If you haven't listen, if you haven't played Litemint IO, you are missing out on some addictive fun.
Yeah,
It is
this
so
is a
much
very fun
fun.
game.
Oh,
The game
it
is all
is.
about fun. It's about like a quick play. So if you want some like just some
Yes.
enjoying a game quickly, that's exactly the perfect game for that.
All right, let's go. All right, come on, Chameleon, let's do it.
Right. So Endmyre opening
Man,
for the first point. Let's see if Chameleon can equalize.
let's see. Let's see. I mean, come on, Chameleon. You can't let him snuff you like that, baby. Come on now. You can't let him do you like that. You got to come back.
Right, so it's a
You gotta
very
come
interesting
back.
deck at the bottom that we have with Endmyre. He's playing basically Overload spec, which is kind of defensive, but with a very aggressive hand. So let's see if that pays off, but this is a very interesting deck.
All right, so right now, see, Emma got that shield up. Got that shield up to 10. He's loading up. Smash. 17 with the smash down.
Oh, he just
So
drew
we
the
got
card.
728 with.
That's the card he needed to
Uh-oh, here
win.
we go. Chameleon got smoked again! Listen, Endmyre is cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Right, so
Endmyre is cooler than the other side of
of
the
luck
pillow.
on that because he did not have enough damage on his hand, but he needed one card to win the game, and that's exactly the card that he's drawn, the Shockwave card.
Man, I tell you, man, what a close battle right there. I want to take. Hey, listen, before we jump into the next one, man,
Yeah.
I have the opportunity. It's like people think I get to talk to you all the time, but I don't. You're very busy. You're always building. You're always traveling the planet, figuring out how to do things. So while I have you here and for the audience, I was hoping to maybe sneak in a couple questions if that's okay.
Right.
And that's
Sure.
a couple questions. All right, look, NFT NYC. I had a chance to be out there, see you in person, and Jen, and really see the energy of the event. I'm curious. There's been a lot of videos that have been posted out about it. You know, wanted to get your take on it and maybe share a couple words with the audience on
Yeah.
kind of what you learned and took away from it.
Yeah, actually, I can play a quick video here.
All right, all right. So, how was NFT NYC? I mean, it looked like a lot of really beautiful shots that were able to get captured there. What were some of the results that you would say you got after it?
So I think I was actually talking during this video being played, but my I think we were just muted. So yeah, everything I said was for nothing, I guess, and yeah, it was just a 1 minute of things. I wanted to talk at the same time, but yeah. So basically, I was saying, NFT NYC has been just an amazing experience. Let me check if I actually can. No, I don't have this. But yeah, it was basically an amazing experience. It allowed us to raise our profile big time, basically within the industry. Litemint was an official sponsor and speaker at this event. We took the stage, and as you can see from the video, there was a lot of people there that discovered what we are doing. A
lot of people, man.
Yes, and in terms of the user base, basically in terms of the results, our user base just for the past months only, so the months that follows up NFT NYC, we've grown by 25%. Our user base. So
Wow.
and that's exactly the kind of
Wow.
result I was expecting. I think we've increased the pace of adoption of NFTs on Stellar. It's going also to be, it was an amazing experience as well because we met a lot of artists, Nettie, Andrew, Heather, and also a lot of Stellar women, Dixie, Samantha, and Kelly,
Yeah.
Loom and Jack as well. I think also we have actually interviews that have been posted on Twitter. So if you follow us on Twitter, make sure that you check them out. There was also a lot of partnership opportunity, and they are currently being discussed at the moment on the back of this. So overall, a great experience. It's been taking our business to the next level, and I can say it now, we are going to NFT London, and we are going to make it even bigger.
All
So
right.
if you are an artist in London, make sure that you get in touch with us because we are coming there.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's a huge announcement. MC London, that's a big event. So that's great to hear that you're going to be there. So let's go ahead and jump back into the tournament. I'll sneak a couple questions in a little bit later on, but we got to see what's going on with Chameleon and Endmyre. Let's see how this ends up. Let's go. All right, so we loaded back up here.
Right. So,
Endmyre's up
2-0.
2-0.
And again, the same deck from Endmyre, which apparently is successful. It's a very aggressive deck, but with a defensive configuration.
Now, explain to the folks, these decks, because I mean, essentially each player can design their deck sets that they want to use in the game, correct?
Yes, so basically as you play the game you unlock cards, and as you unlock cards basically it opens up a lot of opportunities. There's basically three types of gameplay that you can have. Is very aggressive, very defensive, or something in the middle. And actually, well, that's
whoa.
So Endmyre is extremely is basically a very good deck. I really like what is built there. It's a deck that is half defensive, but is also extremely aggressive.
Oh my gosh. 3-0, best to 9.
Wow.
Man, this is getting ugly. This is getting ugly.
Very well for him. So basically, yeah, as I was saying, there's different type of deck that you can put a focus on your gameplay basically. And what Endmyre decided to do is to use defensive kind of spec, but he is also selecting extremely aggressive cards. As you can see, he deals a lot of damage in very short time, and that's a combo that is very interesting, but it's very successful with that basically.
Nice, man. This is pretty intense battle. 3-0 right now, best of 9. I mean, what can Chameleon do to kind of like get into this game? Because this is about to get out of hand.
Yes,
this is getting ugly.
You will need to find an answer to this.
Switch your deck up, brother. Switch it up. Chameleon, if you can hear me, Chameleon, just switch the deck up. Let's go.
Basically, he's playing a very aggressive deck right now. But
all right, here we go.
But Endmyre, as if he guessed what he is gonna play, has switched also to a very defensive deck. So he's got the counter. So let's see where it leads.
Oh man, Endmyre, man, boy, you're hurting me. You're a bully. Oh no. I'm telling you, once again, if you have to log in and play this for yourself. It's probably one of the most addictive games you could play. But Chameleon, come on now.
Yes, so Chameleon will
Represent
be able to
Washington State.
trigger
Let's go.
the survival spec of Endmyre, but after he needs to deal enough damage. And there's a big tactical defense in the hand of Endmyre.
There we go.
Let's just see.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Yes.
That's 45. He's
Yes.
raising up. And don't
He
tell me
would
he's going
need
to knock
to
him with
draw
that.
something that goes through the armor, but I don't think he has that card yet.
Oh, no. 80 damage. It's a wrap. That
That's not
Hellfire.
gonna
Look
be
at that
enough.
Hellfire. Look, he loaded it up. He loaded it up. He's loading it up. Yeah, look at it. I'll give you the 56. I don't need to do more than that. That's it. Destroyed it. Put it down on him. Yo, Endmyre is cold, man. He ice cold. Endmyre is ice cold with it.
So here I can explain a little bit what happened. Basically, Chameleon was trying to find a counter to what Endmyre has been playing. So he came with a very aggressive hand, but Endmyre switched deck as well and took a very defensive deck, which is the counter. You know, it's like a rock, scissors, paper. Then that's exactly what happened.
Right.
So he kind of guessed that suddenly Chameleon would switch his strategy, and then he switched at the same time, scoring another point, basically.
Yeah. Man, I tell you, I mean, at this point, there's going to have to be like training sessions. People are going to start tutorial courses. And Endmyre might be the first one because the way that he's able to dance around, it's
that's a good
crazy.
point that you're making there, because actually Endmyre has a YouTube channel and he's been recording his progress up to legend in the season. So he starts from 0 to legends, and he's been actually making videos of that with a lot of tips. So if you want to learn tips from Endmyre, make sure that you follow his YouTube channel. So that's a good point.
Yes. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that. I'm going to follow, and I'm going to go ahead and share that channel because Endmyre's a master. I'll be honest with you. I'm not fighting somebody that got a YouTube channel where he's being that detailed. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. I mean, they are very good players, all of them, and they've been there for a long time.
That's awesome, man. Shout out to Chameleon for being brave enough to go against this guy because I'm scared. 4-0.
Endmyre is back
up
on his winning spec, basically. But very good switch also for Chameleon, who is also running on the overload spec.
Okay. Let's make this thing happen here. All right, so boom. All right, so now this is he's got no shield. He's got no shield. I mean, that's come on, player, you gotta have a shield.
Yeah, I mean,
what happened?
Okay, so
yeah,
I mean that was, you know,
you know what that was? Yo, Fred, you know what that was? That was a backhand slap. You know, like you disrespect somebody when you slap. You don't punch them, you slap them. That's what Endmyre just did. I can't believe it.
So basically,
I can't believe it.
I mean, what I can see here is like Endmyre has a very good deck, and if you want to have a winning deck next time you play, or if you play after this tournament, then try to copy that because it's a very, very good deck.
Oh, listen, I'm copying it. Well, look, let me pause real quick. Let me go back. So, you know, we're right now focused heavily talking about gaming. Litemint has had a very distinct strategy, I think, unique. I mean, you know, let's call some other names out. You see like OpenSea and a lot of others where they've kind of zeroed in their NFTs just on art. You guys have really had a specific strategy of how you've done it, not just from the back end design, but also for your target market. Could I get you to, like, I guess, give some insight to the audience of you know, Litemint's approach to the NFT market?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that I mean, first, if we talk about the gaming industry, which is how we came into this space. Basically, I think it's a very healthy industry, and we can see the trend is showing growth of 10 to 15% year on year. And that, when I saw that, it made me realize, and that was back in 2018, that the crypto gaming industry is actually missing its target. We can see in the gaming industry that is associated to crypto, they are not targeting the 2 billions of players out there. And it just follows the crypto trends. So for example, when the market goes down, then their users also goes down. And that's not the case with Litemint, as you can see. And that's because we've taken the approach of being gaming first since the first day, basically. So the game, for example, Litemint.io that you see now is available on major gaming portal. It's also enjoying high ratings there. And then to me, that has been key in order to make sure that we create games, and we use crypto to enhance, or we use blockchain more generally to enhance user experience, but not to create like speculative games that have nothing to do with gaming, basically. And that's the same approach that we have with our marketplace as well. I am interested in looking, I'm looking for creators, like that's what the t-shirt says there, and that's how we went to NFT NYC. We are not looking for speculators. And so we don't issue, for example, a platform token. We don't lock user in. We don't have any commission. We don't do all these things because, to me, this is just a distraction, a digression from the ultimate purpose, which is basically to improve user experience, to remove middlemen, and to make sure that artists get paid properly. And and actually, for example, I've received a message today on Twitter. Someone was asking me, is minted one of his NFT outside of Litemint? And he was saying, how is it possible for me? Because I see my NFT on Litemint and being run in an auction. And that's what I explained to them. You know, it's like we don't mint on Litemint, we mint on Stellar. So basically, and Litemint is an open platform. We are open to any asset, not just NFTs, which also are kind of a misnomer to me. We are an open platform that provides tools for people to be able to do their business and do their trade, you know, like just openly and freely, and then removing the middleman. So we are focused on the use cases, not on the speculative aspect of things.
Man, I'll tell you what, if you're listening right now, you're not a fan of Litemint, you don't want Litemint to win, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, Litemint is a movement. It's an evolution. It's a statement that Fred and your great wife Jen. Shout out to Jen out there. Shout out to Jen, incredible Jen. You know, that's what you guys are. This is what you guys are building, and I want to see that be successful. And I think everybody else does as well. I mean, you're talking about an open market which does not exist. Hey, shout out, man. I'm glad you answered that question. I'm sure that definitely cleared up a lot.
Also, to me, it's very important that we stay true to this concept of, for example, not intermediated trades, because that's the future, basically. To me, there's a lot of opportunity in the future, especially with the metaverse, because the metaverse is bringing persistence and immutability to the space, and we are going to see amazing opportunities, especially for businesses that stayed true to the concept of Web3. There's a lot of things. We can talk a lot about this, basically. But that's also why our platform is constantly growing, because we are after the right target.
So let's pause on that real quick. Web3 metaverse. I remember, like, might have been a year ago, me and you kind of hit on that. It was when I finally got opened up to the whole concept of what the metaverse is. That is your end goal? You're building today for the ecosystem of the future. I mean, that's what you're saying. That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying basically is that the line is going to be blurring between what's real and what's virtual, basically. Why? Because now we have blockchains that can provide persistence and immutability to the digital items, basically. So what we're going to see is amazing opportunities there for anyone who operates in that field. And the digital good industry is going to explode, in my view, with a lot of new monetization opportunities. And that's what we are after. We are not after the old models, which consist very unfairly to take a flat cut into everyone's trade. And that's why, for example, I think we have those aberrations, and I call them aberration. Like when you see Spotify controlling the paycheck of whole industries, to me it's an aberration because, and the way they achieve that, and not just this kind of business, but the way they achieve that is because they take a flat percentage into the creator's business, but they did not participate in the risk that those creators were taking. You know, someone has got a breakthrough but he's been working at it for 10 years. He's been working on his craft, on his music, on his art. He's been putting his family at risk, himself at risk. And suddenly he's got a breakthrough. Spotify or other businesses that intermediate all those trades, they take a flat percentage on this without having been part of the risk. And to me, this is a huge issue, because obviously that's why we see those multi-billion businesses and artists that are still struggling to even make ends meet. And that's what Web3 offers the opportunity to solve, because we can completely disintermediate that, forcing businesses like us, for example, to really create a platform with tools that provide an added value with premium services, and be able basically from there to create a fair market for everyone.
There's something you said. You're not after the old models. That right there needs to be hashtagged, put into a t-shirt, put on postcards. Because I like that. I'm putting some quotations around there. I like that a lot. Not after the old model. Because, I mean, I could imagine so many people want to try to adapt to the old model rather than create the new one. So you're on to something, Fred.
Yes.
You're on to something, Fred. All right, I'm ready. All right, let's go back into the tournament. Let's see what's going on. 5-0. Chameleon's getting smoked by Endmyre. Let's not put no sugarcoating on it. Endmyre is doing this thing. And I've seen Chameleon play, by the way. He's a good player.
Oh, he's one of the
So
top,
right
player
now.
on the ladder at the moment. You know, that's no doubt about this.
Man. All right, so here we go. We are looking at the tactical defense card. 15 energy, 15 armor.
Yes.
Right now,
so
they're even.
both players are playing extremely defensive on this turn. So it might be a long game, I'm not sure, but they are not after damage. They are after building defenses and then striking back.
Let's make it happen. All right, let's see what we got going on here.
So I like
Getting
energy
close. We got a kinetic
catalyzer.
bunker. Oh,
Yep. Very good card in the
Catalyze,
end
he's
of
loading up.
Chameleon.
He's loading up. He's loading up.
Yes.
I mean, right now, Chameleon, if he's going to have a chance, this is it right now.
So he's got a lot of damage.
Come on, let's go.
But we can see
but it
that
Endmyre
is building also very good defense.
All right, so we got that. Come on, it's back to even. It's like a seesaw, y'all. We've gone back and forth. Oh, look at that tactical blast. You see, look at that tactical blast right there, everybody. We got 22 at 22. He's ready. That's nothing for a player like Endmyre. He's ready for it. Here we go. Overload.
Yes, that's a very
Ain't nothing to a
huge
boss
card
like
right there.
Endmyre. Look at that. Here we go. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Smash. All right, come on, Chameleon. Come on. Come on. Eat it up. Eat it up. This is your chance. Ah, that's about a wrap right
That's
there.
gonna be
Let's
that's gonna be very hard
see.
here because he's building a lot of damage and at the same time he's triggering the survival spec.
It's just like that. Just like that.
So that's a good card,
He's
but
pulling it
there's
down.
also a
That's the good
Hellfire
one.
Valve to follow up, so it's gonna be very hard for Chameleon to win this.
Yeah, that was nothing. That was nothing. That was get him with the 8. No man, Endmyre slapped you with the 8. Endmyre slapped him with the 8. Killed him with the 8. Oh.
Right. Yeah. So
Yo, Endmyre cold, boy. Hey, Endmyre's cold. And now, when people are playing, you can't see both cards. Just so everyone that may not be familiar with the game knows.
So Chameleon does not know.
We're able to see it.
Chameleon does not know that Endmyre had a 68 damage also, and he chose to just use the smallest as a just to show off, I guess.
Yo.
But,
Yeah, and then he showed it. And so, see, Endmyre knew that we'll see him playing with his cards.
Exactly.
That's yo. Yeah, he knew we will see. We knew he'll see what he's doing.
Yeah,
So
that was
shout out
showing
to Endmyre. He slapped him up. he slapped
good.
him up.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
first to 9 points.
Hey, it's getting dark right here. It's 6-0 right now, man. The street lights are coming on, Chameleon. The street lights are coming on. You better get it together.
Oh, and very good
Get
start.
it together.
Very good start for Endmyre again.
Clap them up. Let's go. All right, so what we got? Got the Trojan dropper.
Yeah, and that's it.
How did you make up all the names for these cards? Oh, well, hold up, that's it. I didn't even get to ask a question.
Exactly, we did not have time. It was too fast. So it was basically a 2-turn victory. Yeah, and it happens sometimes. You know, it's like what happened? Okay, I will explain a little bit. Basically, the two players decided to play extremely aggressive, and what happens here is that the first one to hit, the first one to draw wins usually when you play aggressive like that. So that's what happened. 2 turns.
Oh my goodness.
So
goodness. I mean, he just slapped them real fast.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a 2-turn victory. It can happen. It can happen sometimes. So basically, about the names of the cards, I am a very big fan of 2 games, especially one is called Hearthstone and the other is called Mass Effect. So there's a lot of inspiration from those 2 games into Litemint. So if you've played Mass Effect, for example, you will find a lot of similarities, like for example, Overload, Vanguard. There's things like that. And if you played Hearthstone, you will also find a lot of mechanics that are coming from this game. So for example, the fact that you have 30 points HP, a lot of things like that, because I am a very big fan of those games. I've played a lot of those, especially Hearthstone, the card game.
Man, that's awesome. It's awesome. And it's great that you're able to bring this and put a whole new spin on it. I mean, shoot, the way these games go, let me ask you some more questions while I got you. Let's talk about fees. I mean, fees is a big thing. And you talked about, cutting out the middleman. What does Litemint charge? And then I'm curious also to the fee structures that users will experience when it comes to minting. Because I know a lot of people watching, they have been using OpenSea, and good Lord, I mean, that thing's expensive. Yeah. I'm not trying to go on OpenSea. I'm not even trying to front. I'm not trying to lie. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to take my chances on that at all. So tell us a little bit about the fee structure.
I mean, that's one of the things that I've noticed immediately, and even back in 2018 on Ethereum, if you wanted to just send an asset to an NFT to someone, it would cost sometimes close to $1. And coming from the gaming industry, I just know that this is not realistic. It doesn't work like this. No one is going to pay $1 just to transfer an asset from one wallet to another in the gaming industry. We have a lot of sub-dollar items. If you look at games like Candy Crush, or all those games that have basically pioneered the in-app purchases, there's a lot of sub-dollar assets, and they've made millions selling those very low-cost assets. So obviously, it's never going to work if your fees are already close to $1.
That's a great point.
And now, if you look at even today, it's not even $1 or $2 that we are talking about. So I saw that basically in 2018. Right. That's why I was looking for another platform in order to be able to implement this for the gaming industry. I was looking, and what I like about Stellar is it has the properties that we find for the in-app purchase market. For example, on Google Play, very similar time transaction. If you initiate a transaction, 5 seconds later, you've got something that has happened. You've got confirmation on the blockchain. The fees are extremely low. Almost insignificant, and that's exactly what I was looking for. That's the reason why I decided to build the game initially on Stellar. And same for NFTs. At the end, we are talking about digital good markets, and that's exactly this. We have a network here that allows you to move digital goods very cheaply, very fast, and very conveniently as well, because there's a native decentralized exchange. So minting on Litemint is costing at the moment $35 cents. 35 cents.
35 cents.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then the transfer cost is just a fraction of a penny. So obviously it's very cheap. It's also 25 cents at the moment. You have to run an auction on Litemint. So very, very
25 cents.
Yes.
No, that's incredible. I mean, and it's like, a lot of times, going back to a lot of points that you brought up. I mean, we came into this space supposedly as a community, right? Blockchain community, to make things easier and more accessible for more people.
Yeah.
When you have the gas fees and the staking fees and all these different fees that all these other companies have or blockchains have, it doesn't bring that. You know, minting at 25 cents, 35 cents, that's what creates that accessibility.
Exactly.
And I mean, so you think about it, right? You mint for 35 cents. If you're just trying to make $50 that week so you can buy groceries, right?
Yeah.
You can create something, mint it for pennies, literally pennies. And you guys, I was on the website. There's USDC, so you can get paid in USDC. You can get paid in XLM. You can get paid in BTC, Ethereum, whatever you want to get. But I know a lot of people are taking that USDC, go ahead and making a quick sale. It goes right into their wallet, and then they send it to like their Vibrant wallet, and then
Yeah.
go pick it up at a CVS or a MoneyGram location. That is a game changer. You understand? I don't think people understand that's a complete game changer. If you're trying to make $50 to pay for, pay for groceries, buy your kid school supplies. School is starting in a lot of places. Go ahead, mint on Litemint for free. Transfer it to your Vibrant wallet for free. Send it over to a CVS or Walmart for free and cash out through MoneyGram. It doesn't get any better than that.
Exactly.
Doesn't get any better
And
than that.
yes, that's exactly. We have all the tools. That's. I was saying that at Paris Blockchain Week when we went there. I remember that there was this talk about the problems in this space at the moment, and all I was thinking is that we already have all the solutions for that. The only problem, obviously, is that it's very hard to create a shift in technology when people have started to do something. That's what happened all the time. It's like the Flash technology from Adobe was very bad. It was a proprietary technology. It was not something like a standard.
Yeah.
But people started to use it and kept using it for years and years and years and years. It took Steve Jobs to, for example, remove it from as a support for Safari.
And they hated him for that, by the way. They
Yes,
hated
obviously.
them for they made fun of them, made fun of MacBooks for doing that.
Yes, I mean, yes. At the end of the day, we want standards, we want things that work, and then that's the same things that happens. I think Ethereum has so much problem, and it's by design, and we can't just keep on building on that. It keeps increasing security problem, increasing complexity, and that's what people are doing because the shift is very hard to. But we have the tools. If we really want something clean, something that works, then we have the tools and people just need to discover about this. That's why we have decided to raise our profile, to go out, and then we are going to continue doing that basically till more people discover what we are doing.
Well, I mean, and I gotta give a a shout out to you for that, because one of the great things that I've seen is even like as far as socially, the NFT community in general has been very very complimentary of each other. People sharing, people growing. I mean, the online, stellar NFT community is by far the most active community, on social media organically. So I mean that's a testimony, I think, to the community and the brand and the buy-in that you've had, organically. So yeah, definitely shout out to you on that. And it's great to like I said, just be a part and I've seen it grow over the few years. It was, like I said, it was great, even just posting that photo. I remember that was the first time that I saw you in person. I walked into the room and there you were sitting there. And you gave your presentation on that stage at the very first Meridian.
Yeah,
Shout out to Meridian 2022.
Memories, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, man. I remember that. All right, so let's go, man. Let's go into the next round. This is getting kind of disgusting. We got 7-0, 7 special number. Endmyre, let's go. All right, so here we go. Look at that. He's already come and smacked him up. He's got his 10 shield, 24.
Yes, so Chameleon is also on the survival spec here, so that means he's chosen to play defensively. But again, the deck that he's facing is a very aggressive deck. And now there's 2 Biohazard back-to-back that are going to be played by Endmyre. So again, it's going to be very hard.
Yeah, look at this. So it's a
The firewall has
it's already
only
down.
12.
You got one.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's over. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, you got a 20. Yeah, we see it. We see it, Endmyre. Yeah, we did the math. We did the math. We did the math. We did the math.
Yeah.
Round 8. Oh man. Oh man.
So,
that
yeah,
is
was
something.
another fast
That is
one.
something.
What happened is basically Victory Rush gives an additional biohazard, but Endmyre already had a biohazard in his hand, so 2 biohazard. It's very hard to counter this.
I mean, so what is a strategy that someone could do? I mean, it just seems like Endmyre is just crushing them so early on. Like honestly, I haven't seen this level of dominance ever in a tournament. This is by far. And once again, one second for those watching, Chameleon is a great player.
Oh yes,
we've seen him in this tournament.
I mean,
before.
if
so,
I look,
what is it?
I will tell you. I think he's on the top 5 of the leaderboard at the moment on the season of Litemint.io.
Yeah,
but
I've seen his name many
the strategy
times.
that he could come up with, maybe Armor Piercer deck could work, because obviously what we have here is
I'm taking notes.
Endmyre being very it's very reliant on his armor, for example, to survive long enough.
Right.
And he's dealing a lot of damage. If you want to deal more damage and faster than that, maybe Armor Piercer kind of deck or something like that. But I'm not even sure that would work. We need to try this out. Yes, Chameleon is exactly the 3rd on the seasonal global leaderboard this season. And there's hundreds and hundreds of players and legend players as well. You know. So
and Endmyre is Endmyre number 1? Is Endmyre number 1?
No, I don't think he's appearing in the top 100 actually. He's not in the top 100.
Wait, time out. Endmyre is not in the top 100, so it's an underdog?
Yeah, I mean, not underdog, because obviously it's after to climb the legend ranks, basically you need a lot of time. So it's also the time that you commit to the game to be at the top. But he's definitely not, I don't think, in the top 100 of the board. Wow. Maybe not even in the top 150. I'm not even sure. Because to be in the top 100, you need to achieve Legends 342 as a level, which takes a lot of time, basically, already, just to be in the 100th spot. And Chameleon is Legends 4,999. So that's very high, committed a lot of time to this game. But you know, there's a
it goes to show, man. It goes to show if you're purposeful and you driven, I mean, you could climb up and beat anybody. Endmyre's the inspiration to the people.
Exactly.
Yeah, 8-0 to SmackDown.
So that's match point for Endmyre.
Man, all right. So here we go. This is match point. Let's see how this thing turns out. Endmyre is like Debo and Friday.
Yes, and Chameleon is back with his first deck. So the first deck is used in that tournament.
Man, come on, Chameleon. Let's get one in. Don't get goose egg, baby. Don't let him take your chain. Don't let him take your chain.
Yeah, that's a good play. Lot of armor.
Oh, here we go.
And followed by armor strike 64. So it's definitely going to be a good play there.
All right, let's see. Got a tactical blast, 32-32. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Come on, Chameleon.
Right.
Come on, baby, let's go. Don't let him out of this one. Get one. Oh, come on, that's just. Oh, he got no card.
Oh, that's the perfect card. See, exactly what I was saying.
There we go.
That's the perfect card.
There we go. Yay! Chameleon. Hey.
So
Chameleon said, "I can't go home if I don't win one."
That's exactly the type of deck that I could see beat Endmyre is basically armor piercer deck. It's like you can deal damage that ignore the armor, and that's exactly what happened there on the last card. The armor was ignored because he had a card that could go through the armor. So maybe that's the type of deck that actually can beat this amazing Endmyre deck.
Yeah. If I was him, I'd do that again because he needed that one. I mean, he almost couldn't go home tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
he had to do something. Yeah,
Yes.
he had to do something.
So let's
He had to
see
do something.
if that
Let,
that can be a reversal. Maybe. Let's see.
let's see what it takes us. All right, come on now. At least we're out of the goose egg. Would this be the greatest comeback in Litemint history? Litemint Legends final history. Let's find out.
Let's
I'm
see.
excited. I love a comeback. I love a comeback story.
But there's a
I'm the
deck
type of
change,
person
I
that
think.
watches a football game. Hey, listen, I'm the type of person that watches a football game and roots for the underdog in the fourth quarter because I want to see a comeback. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Come on, come on, Chameleon, entertain me here. Let's go. Let's have this the biggest return in history.
Right, so
Yeah, that
there's a lot of
shockwave.
damage coming up in the end of Endmyre, but we have some armor from Chameleon, so that's not
All
bad.
right, here we go. Mm. It's not looking good.
Yeah, now the
Not
question is
looking good at
whether
all.
these 38 armor points are going to be enough till Chameleon builds enough damage to basically kill his opponent. I don't know if he has enough
Come
time
on,
right
let's
now.
come on, Chameleon. I'm getting nervous. All right, load it up.
Right,
Load it up.
so there's a lot
That
of
was
damage
nothing
in
right.
the
That was
Hellfire
kinda soft.
5. How much damage? I can't see the damage at the moment. Let's see. Oh, it's going to be short by 1 point.
Oh no!
It's short by 1
Oh no! My goodness! Oh my goodness! That was too close. I
point.
feel for him.
Wow.
Oh, I feel. Well, look at that! 0-1. Oh my goodness! Oh man! Endmyre. That was a good
We
one.
have the winner.
Oh man! Shout out to Endmyre.
So we have the winner.
Man,
of the
shout out to
tournament now.
Endmyre. That was
Yes,
great.
that was a beautiful play.
That was great.
It could have been a bit longer, but it was just short by 1 point on that card.
One.
And sometimes it happens. Sometimes we don't have yeah.
That's happened to me. It's happened to me. That's a frustrating loss to have.
Yes.
That's a frustrating loss to have. So I know we have something that we're gonna do, and I think this is gonna be great. We're gonna actually go ahead and issue an NFC
Yes.
live on the show where we can actually show, I mean, these cards. These cards are technically they're NFTs that could then be used within the game. Correct?
Yes, so yeah, I'm going to show the prize now. So these are the prizes that are going to be distributed to the player. I'm going to give a bit of explanation there. So first, there's one NFT called Double Time that is going to be rewarded to the winner, Endmyre. Then there's the Chosen Aura card. It's also another legendary card that is going to be rewarded to the finalists in that tournament. And the Fast Hands Aura card is going to be rewarded to any player that has been participating in that tournament. So now I'm going to give a little bit of
Nice.
explanation on what those cards bring to the game. So players will likely understand this. Basically, there's a new mechanic that is being introduced to the game with the next update. It's called the effects mechanic. And what happens is when you play a card for a specific duration, you will have additional effects applied to your decks. And for example, what will happen with the Chosen One Aura, when you play that card, every time for an hour that you will start a game, then you will have the Chosen One effect being applied to your deck, which allows you to have 100% chance to draw the card that you favorited. The Fast Hand Aura is a little bit different. Basically, at the moment, there's a card called Fast Hand that allows you to draw 2 cards. This card, on the next update, will become a passive card, and this effect this aura card allows you to apply the effect, which means that for 1 hour on your first turn, you will draw 2 cards. And then the double time legendary cards allows you to double the effect time. So any effect cards that is introduced to the game, you will have double times with those cards. And basically, this is an account bound card. So as soon as you have it on your wallet, this applies to every games that you play.
Nice, 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 nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we're gonna be able to send this out here very shortly.
Right.
This is the player's wallet right now, huh?
Right, so we have the player wallet, and I sent you a magic code that you can execute. And basically, in real time, we are going to see the card landing in that wallet.
All right, all right. So let's go ahead and see how this bad boy works. I pulled up. I'm right now in the Stellar Laboratory, and once again, this is gonna be great. So I'm about to hit the submit transaction button here shortly. Let me go to the site. All right, so now it is unprocessed to submit to the network and send over. And let's see how this thing operates here.
And it's
Transaction submitted and boom! Look at that.
already.
That's it.
That's very fast. That's stellar.
Look at that.
Obviously,
It is.
So basically, what happens here is on Litemint.io, you can link a stellar wallet to the game. And if you hold a specific set of items, it applies in the game, and basically you can play those cards in the game. So for example, if you link that wallet now to the game, you will be able to play that card and enjoy the benefits of that card. And that's what players can do with any single content that is being issued for the game.
That is great. That is great. That is great. So Fred, I mean, it's great. I mean, we got to really see gaming on blockchain, NFTs, the whole nine in action today. Let's talk. Kind of wrap up on a couple of things. What are some of the features on the marketplace that maybe we didn't have any time to talk about? For instance, whether it's some of the different things people can add. I know it's more than just still art. There's some really creative uses on there. So what can you share on that aspect for Litemint?
Yes, I mean, on Litemint, basically, we are open to all use cases. And that's why I was taking this example of someone contacting me today on Twitter, wondering how his NFTs is appearing on the marketplace. That's basically what's happening. It's like any asset that is issued on Stellar, whether they are non-fungible, whether they are can be traded on Litemint, and someone can use the tools that we provide on Litemint in order to do their business. So we are open to all use cases. And at the moment, for example, we support music NFTs. So you can mint music NFTs, you can attach MP4, MP3 to your NFTs. We also support gaming items, like what you just saw. Like, for example, that card, if you open up Litemint, it's going to be available now. And then you can actually trade it. You could even sell it in an auction if you want to. Right now.
I mean, can you imagine that? I mean, can you imagine, like, playing Fortnite as an example, and you build up a bunch of skins, and then just add it in Litemint, and then starts being able to sell it. Yeah. Like, I mean, that's incredible. It literally is its own marketplace in digital goods.
Yes, you can. Gosh. So you can sell it on the SDEX, and you can also use the live auction system in order to sell that card, and you can do so immediately. This is what is very important there. There's no intermediaries. As soon as the card is on your wallet, you are free. You control it. You do whatever you want, and when you sell it, you get the money straight in your wallet. So that's to me what's very important there, because companies could provide the same kind of features, but it would be kind of centralized. There will probably be delays and things like that. We are talking about Web3 and fully decentralized economies. So that's one thing. And so gaming, metaverse, music, art, and anything, basically any asset can actually benefit from our platform by running live auctions or on the SX, or just use a nice interface in order to trade your assets. And basically, so we are going to also leverage the native smart contract that Stellar is bringing. So I'm really going to dig into this. We want to implement bridging to other blockchain. We want to implement also to improve the auction system. There's a lot of rigidity at the moment. It's very rigid, the auction system, because we didn't have all the tools, but with smart contract, we are definitely going to be able to solve a lot of those issues. And also we are coming up with the mobile app. So We have hired a couple people for that. They are working with me on this. And basically, it's going to provide a full marketplace experience. We are going to have, be able to view, search, and even mint from your mobile app on Litemint. You also will have a lot of features for wallets as well, and notification for bids, for auctions, so things that other wallets at the moment are definitely not providing. It's going to be a huge app, and not just for the Stellar ecosystem, basically. We are really going to make it so that anyone can use it, basically. In the world. So we are after the world, basically, at the end. So I'm very excited about this. So that's what
nice.
you can expect. And also, basically, I hope that we are going to meet a lot of participants in the ecosystem in Rome. We are going to Rome. And then,
all right,
as I was saying, NFT London, we are also going to try to make things big there, continue raising our profile, and make sure that we become a marketplace that more people know about and trade with.
I wanted to go back to something because you talked about the native smart contracts. You know, it's because I've seen, especially like within Stellar, there's been people that have been, you know, either trying to bridge or doing other different, I don't want to say hacks, but they've been trying different ways to, I guess, get around the fact that it's not a native smart contract. Why was it important for Litemint to wait and ensure until the native smart contracts come up before they start to do that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You see, I don't take any shortcuts because I think it affects the users at the end. And, you know, it brings security issues. There's many people that are rushing, you know, and that's really something, you know, like what you tweeted the other day. There was these guys, I think they were implementing some DeFi platform, and they were lazy with their code. And they were just taking shortcuts just to provide some features to their users. But at the end, when you do so, you don't care about your users because security happen, security issue happen, and then all the users have lost their money, right? And that's what happens when you don't, when you take shortcuts, because that's why I prefer to say no to users like they ask for royalties. And I'm just saying to them, we can't do this because the way I want to do it is a fully decentralized system for royalties and also a global one, not just a system of royalties that works only for Litemint. Because what happens if someone takes their assets somewhere else and suddenly the artist doesn't get the royalties? Then that's a bit of a, to me, that's almost like cheating the users. And I don't like this type of things. So I prefer to say no to them. We don't have royalties. And I know many have been asking for, but I prefer to say that. And then once we have the opportunity to bring that, and if that was not with a Stellar smart contract, I would have looked at other solutions, obviously. But I prefer basically to take the time to implement the things right, make sure that we are fully decentralized, and otherwise I don't provide that feature. So no shortcut on Litemint. That's what users can be sure of. No royalties, because at the moment, if you want to do royalties on Stellar, you have to make it centralized. And I don't like this concept, basically. So that's the same for everything.
Anti-centralization. Anti-centralization. I like that a lot. I respect
the problem,
that.
especially for royalties, is because you're going to promise to your user that they are going to get a percentage each time a sale happens for their asset. But the thing is, if you centralize it, it's if a sale happens on the platform that implements royalties. And usually, users may not know that, but on Stellar, the DEX is native and basically available to anyone. So someone who has your asset,
that's right.
You see, so that's exactly what I'm
saying.
Because
because you were saying that earlier. You were saying earlier that somebody could mint, you know, they'll mint something, let's say somewhere else, and then be surprised that it's showing in Litemint.
Exactly. But
so that's because it's attached to the DEX.
The SDEX is native and to the blockchain, and that's kind of a, you know, unless you are very explicit and explain that to your users, the royalty system is decentralized, but someone could take your asset and sell it somewhere else, and you don't get the royalties, things like that. But usually they don't do those platforms, and that's the problem that I have with this. We don't take shortcuts on that.
Or even do a peer-to-peer.
Exactly.
Right, or even do a peer-to-peer. Like if like let's say, I know, like even with custom NFTs, if you know, Joey has an NFT and I say, hey, look, I'm gonna send you, you know, 100 USDC, you send that back to me. I could do that if I want to, but without a native smart contract, there's nothing that triggers a royalty to be done.
It has to be centralized, and same for commissions. If your platform takes commission, that means at the end, at some point, you have custody of the asset in some ways. And to me, that's also a danger for users because, you know, So that's the kind of things basically I am very careful about, and I would not provide the features on Litemint if it has to make us take custody of the asset even temporarily, or basically implement some centralized system in terms of everything that has to do with trading. You see auctions on Litemint because we managed to find a way to run auctions fully decentrally with no escrow on the SDEX. And if I did not find this solution,
really, so it's complete. The auctions. So not even the auctions. The auctions are completely decentralized as well.
Completely decentralized. They run on the SDEX. Basically, if our system goes down, your auction is still running because it's basically a contract with a time-bound property. And basically, so we show it through the UI very nicely, the fact that there's a time-bound, that you can't submit the transaction before the end. That's the time, basically, that you see on the auction. But it's running on the SDEX, and Stellar provide all the tools for that. I can actually provide the link how we've implemented that. There's no escrow. It's just basically a bunch of transactions that are executed back-to-back, and we take no custody of any of the assets that are running in auction. But if I did not find a way to do it on Stellar, there would be no auction on Litemint. That's basically the key. We don't take shortcuts.
Nice. So let's end on that. Let's talk about the tournament. When is going to be the next Legends tournament? Because I know Chameleon, he didn't want to go out like this. I know that's a rough one, boy. That's a rough one. One. So when's going to be the next one? So Chameleon can go ahead and get his revenge.
Yeah, so basically we are at the moment trying to raise the profile of the company, of Litemint, basically. And that's why we've been to Paris Blockchain Week. We went to NFT NYC. We are going to NFT London, and maybe other events we'll see. But in the same line, basically, we also want to increase the pace of our tournaments. The last tournament was about a year ago, so that's very long. We don't want to do this, so I prefer to... so next month, we are going to run another tournament, and we are going to make it much bigger. So the prizes are going to be more important. And then basically that's going to be next month. You have players will have about 2 weeks, 3 weeks to basically reach legend.
Get ready.
And that's their entry ticket to the tournament, and when they get there, then they will be able to subscribe to the next tournament.
Man, I feel like Mortal Kombat, man. You got to get to that. You got to get to that island. I love it. Well, look, Fred, this has been great. Hope everyone enjoyed it. It's going to be streaming round the clock. So if you missed the live show and you catch it towards the end, just wait a couple minutes. It's going to start right back up. Fred, I appreciate it. Shout out to Chameleon. You tried. I mean, Endmyre really did a superior job. Honestly, I gotta say the best like performance I've seen out of all 5 tournaments. I mean, it was very good. Yeah. He may never be as perfect as he was today. You know what I mean? Like sometimes things just align. So it was.
Thank you, Sam, for doing this, and hope we do the next again.
Absolutely. Everybody, thank you so much. Man, Litemint.io. Make sure you come out and play. It's addictive. Gotta have fun. Easy to play. Everybody, take care. Good to see you.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care.